Mars, this was the god of war, death, and pestilence, and also the underworld. These two figures, Meshlemtai and Lugalira, as they were called, were just aspects of him. Okay, so this is basically Mars in one of his signs. I say one of his signs because in Mesopotamia, we don't have just one planetary ruler. We wouldn't even really call them planetary rulers. They're just associations, basically. So this is a really strong placement for him, but this is him in his brotherly love, guys. Okay. Gemini in Mesopotamia is probably the most empathic of all of the constellations. It really is about making family members out of friends. And I'm not talking about superficial family members. I'm talking about or superficial friendships, like you get in some of the modern meanings of Gemini, which is based on an erroneous association with the air element, but that's a completely different conversation. It is, I derailed. What was I talking about? Gemini, yes. Oh, it's about these deeper relationships that you build with people. So these two figures were called the Great Twins, but they were guarding the entrance to the other world. They were dressed like warriors, and we're looking at brothers in arms. Okay, so even if they aren't real brothers, and again, they were just versions of the same deity over here, we are looking at somebody who has built this really intense relationship with his brother, his fellow guardian or warrior, right? So this is all about those intense, deeper emotional relationships with other people. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Oftentimes it is, but it's just, those people that you bring into your heart and they become part of your tribe. So Mars's placement here. Now, Mars is a very sensitive planet. He is, without going into all of the mythology, of which we would be here all day because it's very detailed. But basically, on the outside, he is egotistical, hyper masculine, just a total badass. But on the inside, he feels fear. He is afraid. He falls madly in love and enjoys this very passionate relationship with his consort. So he's very much like us. He's got this surface version of himself that he portrays. And then he's got the inner stuff that he tries to hide. Okay. So here he becomes, in Gemini, he becomes very vulnerable and open to some of this deeper intimacy. So the entire time Mars is in Gemini, and it doesn't matter if it's retrograde or direct, he's basically opening up the heart to some of these more intimate connections. Now, can this be in a romantic relationship? Absolutely it can, but it's probably not going to be something superficial. So if you're, just dating somebody, does this make it more meaningful? No, it doesn't. It's not going to help that. If you are set up to find your person anytime soon, and again, I can't know that, and nobody can know that without looking at your chart in particular, it's going to help you foster that connection. Again, this can be in any type of relationship. It doesn't have to just be a romantic sense. Okay. You could meet somebody and you're like, wow, we really get along. If that connection's already there, it's going to make that relationship flourish much faster and become more intense over time. And you're much more likely to make that person a member of your tribe, so to speak.